Okay, so now I'm gonna explain why 0 factorial equals 1. Well, not explain, but like give reasons to why it equals 1. So the first explanation, really easy. By convention, this is my favorite explanation. By convention, 0 factorial equals 1. Well, that's it. But no, of course I'm not gonna just say that by convention. So there's this explanation saying that, okay, we do it backwards. Let's say 6 factorial, or let's say 1 factorial. 1 factorial equals 1. 2 factorial equals 2 times 1. 3 factorial equals to 3 times 2 times 1. 4 factorial equals to 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. If we do it backwards, what's the difference between 3 and 4 factorial? You divide by 4. 3 and 2 factorial, divide by 3. 2 and 1 factorial, divide by 2. So then, what's 0 factorial? You divide by 1. Oh my god, it's 1. This is one of the explanations that was provided by, I believe it's Eddie Wu, like the math teacher on YouTube. And one other explanation, as we said earlier, n factorial equals to n times n minus 1 factorial, right? Then you can also say that n minus 1 factorial equal to n factorial over n. So if we plug in n equals 1, then what's 0 factorial? Equals to 1 factorial over 1, which is 1. So this is a second explanation by one of my beloved classmates from UWZ Maastricht. And then the third explanation. Let's say you have 0 things. How many number of arrangements are there? 0. If you have an empty room, it's an empty room. It is one possibility. I cannot speak. It's one possibility, right? If you have one object in the room, well, there's only one possibility as well. It doesn't conflict. If you have 2, then there's 2 possibilities of arranging things. If you have 0 things to arrange, then 0, it's also one of the possibilities to arrange. So 1. So 0 factorial equals to 1. And there's also the fourth explanation, which dives into the gamma function. Yes, gamma function. Yeah, but I'm not gonna dive into it because it has something to do with calculus, complex analysis that I'm not gonna do. So this is basically the reason for 0 factorial. But why do we focus on 0 factorial? Like, why does it matter? Let's say you have permutation. Let's say you have 3 objects from 3, you choose 3 out. Then from the formula, it's 3 factorial over 3 minus 3 factorial, which is 3 factorial over 0 factorial, which is 6, because it's 6 over 1, right? And what does it mean by P3 choose 3? So from 3 objects A, B, C, you put into 3 different blocks. So from the first block you choose 3 objects, 2 and 1, so it's 6, right? So from the formula, P3 3 equals to 6, also equals to 3 factorial over 0 factorial, which is 6 over 0 factorial. So if you cancel out 6 and 6 and you put the 0 factorial to the other side, equals 1. That's why we need to define 0 factorial, so that in situations like these, the formula also works, right? So in the next video, in this video, 0 factorial equals 1. I hope you understood my explanation. And for the next video, we'll be covering permutations of multisets. Stay tuned. Bye bye.